Hello. Hi. Hopefully this works. Just want to let you know at the 10-minute mark, apparently my headset loves to turn off, so every 10 minutes or so, gonna be fidgeting around with this thing. I hope your day has went pretty decent or whatever, just whatever happened. Tonight is gonna be a little bit more heavy because it's like, do you ever feel like you're the problem by chance or just I don't know how to say or whatever with it, but it's annoying. Either you or the other person, especially even if you're younger, because it's like you're still trying to figure out yourself and some other shit. So it's like, ooh, you're all over the place and shit. Some people roast you, some people get on to you. What I hate for me is I'm like stuck in between with the younger and the older people because it's like with younger people, I feel like I can be able to have a lot more fun and do more crazy shit and all that. But then with the older people, it's like I can actually have thought provoking conversations, something more stable, and just. It's like the older you get, they say it's like it's a lot better, but it's also like things calm down a lot more. But when you're younger, it's like you thrive in that chaos, all that other shit, and it's just. Hooey. So I've had a bit of a weird dilemma. Someone I've been seeing for a few months now is just she wanted me to move in with her, and here's the thing, right? I kept telling her, "Hey, I will give you an answer at the end of January." And she thinks that pretty much I'm being baby coddled and all this other shit because I live with my grandfather and I like to be home by like a certain time and shit, not to worry him and etc. Even though I'm a grown ass man. Because I do live in a very dangerous city, so yay. And I know I can stay out past that. I know I can actually do whatever the hell I really want to, but it's just, I'm living with him. These are his rules, these are his etc. But I was so worried if I did move in with this person, stuff like that. Would they talk my ear off? Would they be annoying? Would they be this, that, and the other third? So I had to have a serious conversation with them. I noticed this with a lot of people by and large. So with this person, God, this fucking sucks. You ever been talking to someone or something and it's just like, you know what? Give me 1 second. Give me like 15 seconds. I'm gonna change the screen to something to where it's just like you got some ambient shit to focus on. I feel like you guys would like that. Cause I don't know if you kind of like stare at the screen, you stare at stuff in the background. I would not be wearing a shirt right now if it wasn't cold and shit. But the weird thing is, I actually do like the cold. So, 1 second, I'm gonna take my shirt off. I remember someone left a comment saying, "Put your shirt on," and I was like, "Okay." So, just to piss you off and for me to have a laugh. All right, and I'm back. Well, I'm technically not wearing a shirt, so I'm gonna be like this the entire video. Nah, I'm joking. That's stupid as fuck. I just really like wearing jackets and shit, so. Like, if I can get away with wearing long sleeves all the time, I fucking would. Isn't that a bit more ambient? Look at that. Excuse me. back to what I was talking about. My bad if I look down or whatever, because it's like I know y'all would like me to look at the camera, but this is like the best way for me to like convey and get everything out. I was trying to take a deep ass breath, but my body wanted to yawn. I told this person, hey, I had a bad feeling or something. I want to see and wait till the end of January. And I told them this months back. They were cool with it. And every time I go over to their place, it seemed like I'd be there for like 2 to 3 hours or whatever, just chilling. You know, just talking with them, doing whatever. And they wanted to see more of me, you know? There's a little bit of no, there's an age gap between me and this person, but I do enjoy them. It's just she would repetitively say stuff and it used to irk the fuck out of me because I try to be nice about it and I'd be like, you've told me or I remember. You know, just saying stuff because whenever you hear it 3 to 5 times, it's just like it gets a little bit frustrating, annoying or whatever you make out of it, you know? And I tell her like, hey, you've told me. And here's the thing. Previously, she told me to always be honest with her and tell her if she does repeat things. So when I do tell her, she gets upset and stuff like that. And it's just like, you're reminding me that I'm getting older, this, that, and the other third. And it's just, okay, I'm sorry. And God, she would say like, I'm pointing out her flaws whenever I do that. Like, it's reminding her, and I'm like, nobody is saying or doing any of this shit to you except for yourself. Why do people do that? It's like you can't point out shit or whatever without them going deeper or just looking at that, or you can't criticize things. And I said, hey, I would want you to do the same thing with me because fucking hell. She said, yeah, you repeat yourself twice. And I was just like, yeah, because I was leaving at that time. Or something had came up. And I said, it's not as bad as yours. Although I did sound like a bit of a dick whenever doing that. So I apologize for that. And then to put on to all of that, at least whenever you tell me, I can take that criticism well. And be like, okay, I'm going to try not to do it. And then there was some other stuff to where it's just like, she said, I've been holding back on not saying a lot of things, just trying to keep the peace and etc. And I'm like, why? At least with me, I would want to know. I don't know. With me, I feel like I'm kind of like a rare thing because it's like, you can tell me that I suck, and I'll just be like, okay, why do I suck? And if you can't tell me why do I suck or whatever, your opinion literally doesn't mean shit. Because imagine this. Would you rather have someone say that you suck, or would you rather have someone say why you suck? I mean, both pretty much suck. But would you rather get the full reason to why, so that way, hey, if you choose to, you can avoid sucking in that way? Or whatever you make out of it. It's like, I can't tell people things. This happened with my ex, because she always felt like I was nitpicking whenever she told me, hey, if there's a problem, if there's this, that, and the other third, let me know. And I'd be like, hey, you're overthinking too much. You're doing something to where it's like, she would tell me to remind her when she was doing these things. And whenever I did, it's just like, you're always judging me. You're always just nitpicking. You're always, and I'm like, what do you want me to do? Just hold this shit in and you see that it's bothering me? I'm giving you the fucking opportunity to at least just like work on it, because I know what it's like to be through that shit and trying to work on it and seeing if there is a solution to it. Why not? For example, I snore because my nose it clogs up a lot and shit. And what I've decided to do is sleep differently so that way I don't snore. I don't know, it's like everyone says, you should accept me for who I am, this and the other shit. And then it's just like, you say, hey, if there's anything wrong with me, let me know. And then if that person does point out what is wrong, it's just, fuck you. What? I mean, I guess it depends on how you say it. But see, here's the thing. I try to sugarcoat it. If there's no way with sugarcoating it, I'm going to unfortunately say how it is. Not in a dickish way, just literally how it is. You do whatever you want with the truth or with that. You cannot get upset at me. But they do. And they leave. I also recognize I'm a problem too. Because in some regards, it's just like, I hate saying this, but I'm bipolar, so yay. One moment, I'm not like crazy bipolar, it's just very, very, there's no in-betweens. It's just extreme highs or extreme lows. And oh boy, if only I had known that whenever I was younger, a lot of things would have went better. And instead I'm wondering why it's just like I feel so high and energetic, and then the next one is just like, oh, this fucking sucks. Man. But I do go out of my way to understand people and etc. because it's like, if I haven't been through what you've been through or etc., it's just like I want to know. And another thing all of you people need to stop doing is stop comparing your fucking pain. Pain is a universal thing. We all go through it. Yes, some more than others or whatever the fuck. But pain is still fucking pain. Just going, oh, you can't feel that way because I've had it much worse than you. I've had experiences worse than what you... Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You was wrong with a lot of things. You always wonder why people can't fucking go to you and shit. Ugh, why don't people... Because you're a fucking asshole. That's basically dismissing or denouncing someone else's shit and experiences and all the other stuff that they've been through. You do that shit to me, I'm going to have a shit-eating grin on my face that just goes, that just lets me know I can't do certain shit around you or with you. I still enjoy you to a certain degree because now it's a certain degree, not as a whole. And yes, I know we're all capable of doing anything that anyone else can, but it's just, we're still our own people at the end of the day. We are the experiences, the things that we've all culminated to just become what we are. And it's different to have somebody point out some things of who and what you are that you don't agree with, and they point it out. It's just like you feel like they're judging you. Some people are, some people aren't. And even the people that aren't, sometimes they phrase it or say things in such a way that it seems that way, but it's really not the case. Especially with me, because I'm still learning how to phrase and say things to where it's just like, it at least lessens the blow. I know it's going to hurt, but I want it to at least hurt less. There's literally one thing I will never do is fucking lie to you, because literally, why and what do I have to gain from that? I mean, sure, sometimes you have some things to gain from it, but just, it's fucked up. And that's another thing, morals, it's just, I don't believe in good and evil. I just say it just basically to at least demonstrate this, that, and the third. I know a lot of people hate, no. The person I was talking to said, I hate whenever you say this, that, and the third. And I'm just saying it's just a term of speech that just means a lot. It's like a fancier way of saying that. Some people like it, some people don't. I felt like she was kind of putting me in the ultimatum because she wanted me to move in with her and etc. And she was just getting impatient because she's like, I want to spend more time with you. And I'm like, I love you, but you literally talk my ears off. We're in the middle of watching Terrifier 3 earlier, right? And we kind of get near the end. I'm getting like a little bit sleepy because I'm just like, hey, I did come over here to originally sleep, and you were just like, yeah, let's put a movie on. I was like, fuck, fine, all right, I'll watch it. It's just like, I wanted to sleep in some shit. And then in the middle of the movie, when it starts getting good, just comes over and just shows me this bird thing on her phone. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of watching the movie. Can you at least pause it so that way I'm not missing shit? Because I don't want her to get upset that I'm not paying attention to what she's showing me. But it's just like, do you not have the awareness? And you're older than me. I don't know. It's just people by and large are so fucking selfish and shit. I'm selfish, but I'm also selfless. It's just like, oh, you're not doing everything that I want you to do. Things aren't going my way. It's just, I've learned. You basically do with what you have, and you try to make it work from there. I've literally made things from zero into something like this channel. Like the stuff I have now. You've turned it into something. You've turned nothing into something. Do you know how fucking rare it is to do that type of shit? It's a rare thing, but if you really set yourself to it, basically how I got to where I am and how you basically got here is just by asking questions. By asking questions. I know it's like a weird kid wonder-like thing or whatever the fuck it's like. It's a wonderful thing to have. It gets you somewhere. Whether good or bad. And then another thing, too, that irked the living fuck out of me is this person was telling me, you gotta be a man, you gotta make your own decisions, this, that, and the other, third. And I'm just like, I hate that. I almost said the F word. I hate that notion or that subscription of, you gotta be a man. You need to grow up. You need to do this, that, and the other, third. It's just, shit's different. Things aren't how it used to be during certain times, certain time periods and shit. You genuinely have to make do with what you got. Because if for whatever reason, if I can somehow amass, I'm going to be honest, if I get popular or whatever the fuck, I'm going to try to use it for good to help other people out, because I know what it's like to try to grind to do this, that, and the other, third, and it's just everything's working against you. What I'm trying to do now is just, it's like doing work. I'm basically just showing up, and that's literally like 50% of the job, just showing up. The other 50% is just doing shit, or no, I would say that's like 40%, 40 to 45%. It's just doing the work. It's just showing up. Because, hey, it's just like working a job. If you don't show up, you're not getting paid. Shit. I'm too sober for all this right now. I'm way too sober for all this shit. What is it? My ex-fiance's birthday is coming up, and I thought about, she called me a creep, a stalker, and some other shit. And it's just like, for Christmas, all I did is I knew we had broken up, and I still remembered where you live. I sent you a cross pendant. Just no crazy shit. I knew that she turned religious and some other stuff, and I'm just like, hey, here you go. It's just something nice. That where it's just like, we had originally planned to do Christmas shit. Now, where I'm leaving out is that she told me not to do no Christmas shit, but the thing is, it was already sending anyway, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to send it anyway. And it just hurt that she called me a fucking creep and all this other shit, and she was just angry, and I think she threw it away, I don't know. But it just let me know that this person genuinely doesn't care about me or see me in a good light, no nothing right now. I don't know, I it's weird. I try to date older people because I feel like they're at least more emotionally stable and some other shit. They're more established with things is what I like to see. But I always have younger people. No, not minorities. Jesus fuck. But people that are younger than me like to gravitate towards me, and it's just like, okay. Now I end up turning into like a brother figure or like a fatherly figure, and it's just, I learned I'm actually pretty good at guiding, teaching, and helping out people, so. But just, Man, Valentine's Day is gonna be weird. Not that I'll be thinking about my ex. To be fair and honest, do I look like I would have kids? Like, a lot of people find me very attractive, and I'm like, I don't fucking believe you. It's not that I don't think I'm ugly, it's just I'm not used to compliments and shit. It's like, if someone says I'm attractive or whatever, I'm like, what, who? Me? Me? Fuck? Shit? Had to take a bit of a breather there because I don't know right now. I'm just trying my best to make whatever I'm putting online work. Cause what is it? When I was younger, way before like things took off now, back in '08 to like mid 2019, because then my mom had got sick. Oof. Damn. It's hard to think that lockdown would be fucking 5 years ago. My mom basically did a lot of online shit. She knew how to make websites from literal scratch, like coding and everything, right? We had a clothing business, we had a vending machine business, and some other shit. I feel like a dummy because a lot of the businesses that we had, I sold the equipment because at the time I didn't want to be reminded of my mom. Looking at it now, if I had it now, I would have found a way to make it work, but shit. Because unfortunately, money is very important, and it's just, I just want to live life of my own accord without harming, without doing no crazy shit to anyone. It's just, I just want to travel, have a nice family, have something that I can just pass down to my kids that my kids can pass down like repetitively over and over until that one person is just like, you know what, I don't want this or whatever. I want to have my own thing or just whatever they want to do with it. Honestly, yo, little JoJo or some shit. I don't know what the hell you would be named, but I hope it's a pretty cool name. If you ever do decide to stuff, I mean, if you ever do decide to sell the stuff in the family or whatever the hell later on down the line, just use it to at least fund or something for your own thing, I guess. And this also applies to anyone watching as well. I hope your children, I hope your family can also thrive as well. Because in this current economy right now, we're fucked. At least have some fun with it while things just go crashing and burning, you know? And then to cap things off, let's come over. Let's look at one of our favorite places, Reddit, and look at some deep thoughts. Okay, let's try to find this shit. Come on. Oh, I can actually add that. Wow, shoot. I gotta try not to cuss a whole lot more, but just, I don't know, just, my family, they're like sailors, which is cool because I like to believe that it's expressing yourself a whole lot better, you know? Okay, you know what? How about I just directly. Nope, I do not want to go to r/stay awake. I am trying to look at. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Deep Thoughts. Finally found it. Hmm. Revelation. I'm actually an idiot. This is a 45-year-old female. I was confident and super successful. I carried myself with importance and could work any crowd. By 30 years old, I was making 200,000 with the director title. I got married at 34 and had kids at 35 and 37. I lost my job at 39 and the pandemic hit me whenever I was 40. I stayed busy during Cavidade by starting a small business which had steadily grown. I discovered that my husband was living a double life at 42, and we divorced at 43. Oh, Jesus. I was on antidepressants at this point and lost 2 additional jobs before I decided to give my small business a go full time at 45. Now we're caught up to today. Holy crap, what a learning curve being self-employed has been. Then I get high and reflect on how I would captivate a room, speaking on a business topic that I now realize I knew nothing about. I have come to the conclusion that I am a complete idiot. That though she was smart of all the that thought she was smart all of these years and was good at selling what I thought. Now I wonder, did everyone see through it and talk about what a moron I was behind my back, or did people actually believe that I was smart? Am I making any sense? And then this other person says, you're making sense, but in my experience, genuine idiots don't realize they are idiots. They have zero capacity for self-reflection on their idiocy. They just keep being idiots. The fact that you can recognize your shortcomings and take steps to remedy them means you're actually the opposite of an idiot. Just because it took a long time doesn't mean you're deficient. I work in a professional world where a lot of people who sound smart just skate by because people have faith that they are smart by how they talk. And this is also why we ask questions, y'all. Then you have private conversations with those smart ones and they are all almost doing the fake it till you make it approach. Really, it's the audience being duped by loads of confidence, and that actually describes our world as a whole. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. We're just pretending. Another person says, this is adulthood in a nutshell. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on, but we cope and manage. Other people are basically just saying you're being really hard on yourself. Yeah, pretty much. Someone says being a dork is the best way to be. Basically just saying that you're free whenever you're a dork. The way we trap ourselves with anxiety. Well, shit. I have a quote. Tomorrow doesn't exist. And I want to speak more on that quote, that you must live for now. Live in the moment and cherish the memories that are being created. Because time exists only in the mind. But a life doesn't have specific time. You're either present, past, or in the future. The only moments we really have are just the ones you're living now. And I honestly want to thank you for at least spending those moments with me. That genuinely means a lot. You could have been doing literally anything, and if you made it this far, just type in moment. Because my dad and a lot of other people always used to get on my ass and be like, you need to think about the future. And it's just like, sure, you'll live a long time, or you could live very shortly, but it's confusing because This is my life, yes. And sure, I'm not upholding to the expectations or whatever the fuck that you want me to. If I'm able to enjoy myself, why not? If I have a kid, if I have a family, if I have someone I have to take care of, so be it. The least I want to do for them is at least. Sometimes I just want to fight this headset. The least I want to do for my children, family, or whoever I'm with is just, or just anyone really, is just say, hey, I want you to know how to at least do, provide, or whatever for yourself, you know? It's a lot. It's genuinely a lot because it's a hooping and hollering thing, I want to say. I don't know. A lot of the things that happen and occur is just me talking out of my ass or just whatever comes to my mind. I don't like the fake or pretend shit. There's literally no benefit to it. Actually, yeah, there is. But literally, it's just like that line said, everyone is just faking it till you make it. At least with me. I don't know. That's the thing. You ever notice like a lot of people aren't authentic? It's like, you ever looked at a commercial or something like that and it's just, man, get this weird ass shit out my face. But then it's just like, you have that one commercial. It's just like, yes, you were watching something good, but then this commercial is just like, surprise, motherfucker. We getting live, motherfucker. We getting some juice. It's like some crazy shit like that makes you go, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I got like a nice chuckle or just something out of it. Something that made you just sit there and go, what the fuck? I can do stuff like that instead of like, welcome to Jimmy John's Pizzeria. Look at DraftKings. I'm not throwing shade, no nothing at them. It's just like, you got weird stuff like that. It's not weird good, it's not weird bad. It's weird in the sense of like, this is normal, but the reaction is just neutral. It just makes me go, get the hell off my screen. It's like reading a book. It's like making anything. It's like, you at least want people to either be disgusted, be like, yo, this shit's ass, or be frustrated or whatever, or you want people to be happy or whatever. If someone just goes, it's alright, I feel like as a writer or someone of that medium, they would just be like, what? It doesn't make you feel nothing? No reaction, no nothing? The education system in the US decides to create mechanicus mechanistic experts in detached silos who lack critical thinking. Most people worship experts and think they are smart and infallible. They do this based on how high the formal education ladder is. Ooh boy, I remember my ex went through some of this shit. I think she still is. The education system creates mechanistic experts who lack critical thinking. They are people who are indeed experts, but in their narrow domains and within detached silos. Many of them are comically bad at critical thinking / common sense. They are no better than the average Joe in terms of critical thinking when it comes to stuff outside of their domain. And by domain, I mean domain, and not their field as a whole. So for example, their specific research interests. I will use one field to demonstrate this. I am sure you've heard of Freud. He is worshipped because he came up with psychoanalytic therapy, but he actually based his entire therapy off his specific clientele, which were upper class rich women in Vienna. He never had the thought, what if the experiences of my specific clientele, which is a very small and specific segment of humans, is not universally applicable to humans as a whole? This signals a lack of critical thinking. See, by asking questions, we get somewhere. And that's the thing. A lot of people like to live in these echo chambers or bubbles, and it's just like if they go against anything that doesn't really challenge them or makes them think or whatever the fuck, they just sit there and go, yeah, we're all right. And then they go against stuff that is that, they sit there and go, this is wrong. This doesn't fit with what I agree with. What the hell is this? Shit like that. Ooh wee. This person just keeps talking about psychology and using that as an example. Essentially, they're just saying we need to stop worshiping certain people. And this person says, oh wow. What the fuck? Fasten your seatbelt, it says. Ah, this one's pretty interesting. Oh, that's actually a very tantalizing thought. You will have to approach gaming differently with next gen AI projects. That actually sounds horrifying. Many of us who game do so differently towards those we play against, whether NPC, bot, or player. Some of us are rather psychotic, if you will. I'll admit it. I am a true psycho when it comes to games like GTA. I'm aware what I do in the game is because it's often unhealthy. I recognize this enough to have a huge point made to gamers. More powerful and advanced AI is being integrated into games fast enough that we have missed talking about something important: tormenting AI in games. With GTA 6 on the horizon, we may need to count it as the marketplace benchline for what the public has access to with regards with simulated environments containing agents. I'm not saying that GTA's AI would or could develop to a point where they could gain true awareness. I'm saying, however, the game development does not stop evolving, and we will reach a point in the near future where these games will contain, this is the horrifying part, aware sentient intelligence that we interact with. I worry once in a while, what would the future AI look like, or look back and see when it comes to accessing our gaming activity, our insufferable sadism, our self-serving hyperfixation on immersion. Many of us need to reconsider how we treat NPCs. When do we treat an NPC like they're actually alive? Jesus. There's people being aware of this, but just, it sounds exciting at the same time. Hmm. And that's pretty much it for tonight. Hey, thank you for sticking around with another Grimm's Midnight Commentary. If you have any suggestions, anything whatsoever, hey, let me know. I read everything, and I will get into it. Ooh, I gotta look at some more digital marketing stuff, so, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh.